touching 100x coin, making that life-changing money in crypto. That's probably why most of the people are actually investing into cryptocurrencies in the first place. Hence, I want to share my personal crypto trading strategy for 2023 and preparing for what I believe is going to be the 2024 crypto bull run. Now, there's literally a million ways on how people have made life-changing money in the crypto industry. Whether that's just through holding Bitcoin for a very long time, or being part of the Ethereum ICO, or day trading, or swing trading, or mastering airdrops, or just by doing arbitrage, right? There's so many ways out there, and I know from personal experience it can be really frustrating sometimes when you see posts of other people that have made insane amounts of money with these weird tricks and weird strategies, right? But let me tell you that whenever you hear something like that, it's actually the vast minority that actually makes a lot of money through trading or through any sort of airdrop gaming or arbitrage or even low cap altcoins, right? The vast amount of people in crypto actually loses money. The ones that are proven to be the most successful are the ones that are actually holding value coins for the longest, right? So early investors into Bitcoin, early investors into Ethereum, early investors into Atom, right? They're all sitting on a lot of gains while the products have become better over the years. Now, before I talk about my exact trading strategy in crypto for this and next year, let me tell you about some of my golden rules. Golden rule number one is actually to expect nothing. And that's what I see a lot of people are doing wrong, especially people that are joining the space. They come into crypto expecting to get rich very quick. They come into crypto and they might have seen some sort of comment from an influencer or some sort of tweet from the project that sets their own expectations that now this price is going to go through the roof because of XYZ. Now, the reality is that crypto just does what it does. It doesn't care about your expectations. It doesn't care about your emotions. It just does what it does. And most of the times it can be really brutal. We've seen it, for example, with FTX, with Luna, with Celsius. They went straight to zero, right? In Luna's case, it was probably the most brutal thing I've ever seen. This thing went literally to zero like this. $40 billion evaporated. A lot of people have lost so much money in seconds. The real art in crypto is to actually mitigate and manage your own expectations, right? That also means, for example, if you watch an influencer, even if you watch my videos, that is zero guarantees that any of these coins will make you rich. So that's number one, expect nothing. My second rule is don't ape into something that you don't understand. And I do see that a lot, blindly buying tokens or coins just because they're going up. And that's why they go up even more, right? We've seen it with Pepe, we've seen it with other meme coins such as Shiba Inu, we've seen that with certain narratives, right? When AI blew up a couple of months ago, all the AI coins went up. And people just buy that because they're aping into something, even though that AI coin might even not have anything to do with AI, right? It just has AI in the name. That's another thing that I see a lot of people are doing wrong, is they just chase the pumps. They buy something while it pumps, just because of narrative, just because some influencer said something, right? And I think that also goes back to people that are just having one or two sources from where they get information, right? They don't want to do the deep dive. They don't want to get up their sleeves and do the dirty work of research, right? They just want to hear from some random guy on the internet anything about any coin and then just buy it, right? Whether that's an influencer, right? We've also seen people like Logan Paul doing stuff, or Jake Paul, or any sort of celebrities, right? Ethereum Max, the Kardashian, Floyd Mayweather's out there. When they promote something, people just blindly buy it. If you do that, plus you have expectations, you're doing it horribly wrong in crypto. So that's the second one. Don't blindly ape into something, especially if you don't understand what you're buying. The third one is diversify, but also don't over diversify. And I also see that a lot of people are doing wrong is they spread themselves too thin, right? And when you spread yourself too thin, in crypto, it's basically like you're investing into 1,000 penny stocks. You're investing into 1,000 startups that just launched, right? Crypto is, as I said, the fastest growing industry under the sun, but it also is the most volatile, the most risky, right? Where 90+% of the projects are NGMI. They're not going to make it, right? We've seen hype projects in 2017, 2018, like Neo, NEM, EOS, right? That were supposed to be the Ethereum killers. Look at the charts now, and then you tell me. So what I wanted to say with that is, when you invest in cryptos, maybe find 2 or 3 blue chips where you are on top of the things. You know who are the people behind it. You know what's their runway. You know how the tokenomics work. You are part of the community. You're actively contributing. Pick 2 or 3 of these and put 60–70% of your money into these coins where you have high conviction, right? I call them high conviction bags. So those coins for me obviously are in the Cosmos ecosystem because that's where I am mostly familiar with. Now, how does that translate into my crypto trading strategy? I consider myself a value investor, swing trader, and airdrop optimizer. What does it all mean? Well, value investor actually means that I spend most of my time learning about projects and talking to the founders, right? And even that I do most of the time behind the scenes, right? I don't talk about it much. I don't publish much about that, but that's where I got all my information from. It's just talking directly with the founders, with the team. And obviously, as a content creator now that has more and more reach, it's easier for me, and I'm in a different position because I also do that full time now since 6 years, is that I get access to information faster and easier, right? So that's pretty much what I do primarily. Now, the second thing that I do, as I mentioned, I'm a swing trader, which basically means that I'm not trading on a daily basis. I don't draw charts, I don't draw lines, I don't look at that at all. What I look at is to get a good entry, looking at the fundamentals, obviously looking at the tokenomics, looking at valuations, right? For example, there are some coins that have billions in valuations that I believe are heavily overpriced, and there are certain coins that I think are underpriced or undervalued, right? I'm not going to go into details here and name names, but I think there's a lot of opportunities all the time in the crypto space. So what I do then is I look at the fundamentals, I look at the valuation, I say this is probably a good buy, I buy that coin, I hold that coin, I potentially stake that coin to also get airdrops, to also generate cash flow, and that's it. So that's what swing trading is. I basically have entry prices and I have exit targets, where I'm also, most of the time, to be honest, not really selling everything. I always keep a moon bag because you never know how high crypto can go. At the same time, how it can just go to zero like that. It can also just pull 100x, right? And you want to have exposure to that and also not paper hand and sell too early. So I would say I'm definitely on the diamond hand camp here and a hodler. What I do optimize for though is in fact not necessarily to catch 100x at that point. I did that a couple of years ago and also in the DeFi summer of 2020, which is where a lot of coins exploded. But that was also the very first time that DeFi even was a thing. Now, 3 years later, 2023, we have a lot of applications where you can generate cash flow. So my portfolio is actually optimized for cash flow and not necessarily for catching 100x's at this point, right? And that's also, to be honest, pretty much where I live off at the moment, mostly, right? I live off my staking rewards. And I've been doing that for a long time already, which obviously is a combination of buying lower so that you would have the asset appreciation, and then having coins that have high staking rewards, such as Atom, Osmo, Stars, right? Especially in the Cosmos ecosystem, there's a lot. I think Casper has around 13–14% APR. Hedera also now has staking. So even those coins, like I have them staked. I have them generating cash flow for me so that my coin count increases. And once I believe that we enter a price discovery, maybe in the next year when the 2024 bull run is coming, I can realize some of these rewards and technically live off that, right? Or pay bills. To summarize, what I do is I'm a value investor. I talk a lot to the team. I do a lot of research. Obviously now I also have a team around that that helps me with the research. Diamond hand, I hodl. I optimize for airdrops, which is basically how I can also increase my coin count. I also optimize for cash flow, which I think is super important, and also something that we did not have 3-4 years ago, right? And Bitcoin holders don't have. You can't generate any yield with Bitcoin. So, and then I swing trade, which means when we enter price discovery, obviously right now everything is down. So I'm actually not looking into selling right now. Sometimes, of course, I do have to sell because I need to pay bills. But for the most part, I'm just accumulating now and compounding, right? And if you don't have a portfolio size where you say, hey, I can live off that, what I strongly recommend you, which is what I did in 2018, 2019 in the last bear market, I was just looking for, can I do something on the side where I can make another $1,000 a month, another $1,500 a month that I can then put into crypto without having to put my entire life savings and sell my house and sell my kidney to get into crypto, right? Because you don't want to be missing out when the next bull run comes. And it will come. It will come. Maybe in the next 6 to 8 months, maybe in the next year, who knows? But the Bitcoin halving is coming up, and I think that's always a major event that would trigger another bull cycle. And honestly, the probably most important thing by far is, as I said, to not get in with all your money, because crypto can go to zero just like that, and you don't want to risk your existence. You don't want to risk your family's well-being, right? Your own well-being. You don't want to risk your roof that you have on your over your head, right? You don't want to risk those fundamental basics. But I would suggest, especially now, that you just look to maybe see how you can make another $1,000, $1,500 a month, put it into crypto, because then it wouldn't hurt you maybe too much if you lose it, right? And I can tell you thousands of stories of how I did that and lost a lot of money in 2018, 2019. But this is also how you can maybe catch 10, 20, 30x, and then suddenly this $1,000 become 20, 30, $50,000, right? This is all happening in crypto. And I also still believe that there is no better investment opportunity out there in the world. So I hope this video helps you. If you want to stay up to date on all things Cosmos, I would strongly suggest you to subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Stay safe and be good.